Welcome to I'm Woke. I'm your host, Emelina. In today's video, I'm going to take you through an energy update for the solstice today. Welcome to the summer solstice, as well as the full moon in Capricorn that is tomorrow on June 22nd. So I can already feel a lot of big shifting. I know I already shot a video this week, but there were two major astrological events. So we're doing it again. And also, because I'm a bit of a little stickler, I'm going to move this fan. Is that like the silliest thing ever? All right, my loves. For those of you that are new, my name is Emelina. I am a cosmic shaman. I am a psychic coach, a personal development coach, a spiritual mentor, and a psychic medium. And I teach you how to step into your highest, most elevated version of yourself, learning how to become your own guru, acknowledge and understand how spirit speaks to you and your higher self, ride the waves of the energy of this universe and create a really magnificent reality for yourself. So welcome to the summer solstice. I'm so happy to be here with you guys and give you a transmission for the day, for the energy, for the week, for the summer. How exciting. Who's not excited for summer? I've also got a new free training that I'm putting together for you guys if you are looking to understand soulmate or twin flame relationships, cosmic relationship dynamics. I got a free training. The link is in the description below. I also have another free video training on how to access your own Akashic records. That link is below as well. Hi, sweetheart. Hi to all of you that are jumping in now and everyone that sees this at some point in the very near future. I love you all. I'm also loving my very colorful vibe right now. I've been working on some commissioned paintings. If you're interested in that, send me an email. They are sacred soul talismans. I channel your soul, your higher self into the painting to create an anchor for your elevated self to live in your home so that frequency is always with you. So anyway, I'm tapped into the Akashic records of the collective of light workers right now, as well as the Law of One, and they just told me to do a very active Emelina channel. So I'm going to pull some cards that I have with me. I haven't done that in a minute, so I'm excited for it. And this is my Sacred Prayers deck. If you're interested in that, I'll drop a link in the description below as well. I've got so many projects on my plate right now, but this is one of them where I will be creating an oracle card deck for you guys based on all of the sacred prayers that Spirit has given me in the last year. So I'm pulling some of those to start, and then I'm going to pull cards for 3 themes for the summer solstice and for this really powerful full moon tomorrow. Something about Capricorn. I know it always happens this time of year, but the Capricorn full moons are always very structurally oriented. I don't know, they do a lot for me, so I'm excited to touch on it. Anyway, so the first card that came out is I pray for exponentially increasing divine finances. Again, Capricorn full moon, this is focused on more of the material, all right? Building your material finances, building your material growth, tapping into your higher self, which you can do in a meditation. I also have a meditation linked on my main YouTube channel here that goes through a higher self meditation where you can just set aside some time, whether it's today, tomorrow, over the next few days. Full moons typically have 3 days before and after that they have really potent effects. And ask how you can create more wealth in every way that you want into your material reality in a practical, grounded, very earthly way. Wealth is money, wealth is health, wealth is home, and wealth is relationships. I pray to get out of my own way. This tells me that y'all are blocking your blessings. There are big blessings coming in for this card to come in. And then this one right behind it, you've got big material blessings coming in. It's about opening up the portal, which is just the idea in your mind and your frame of reference of what it is that you want with clarity. If you were reaching for the sun, the moon, the stars, something that would be really magnificent, if I could have anything I wanted right now, if I could become anything I wanted, if I could wave a magic wand to change 1 or 2 things in my life immediately in a really beautiful way, and I knew that Spirit would support me and bring these things to me, what would that be? Sit down and journal it out. As you start to get clarity on what that reality looks like, that opens an energetic vortex or portal or a higher timeline for you to then step into, where Spirit can send you synchronicities or little signs Synchronicities are like the little GPS system here for us on Earth intuitively, where we will then know like what steps to take to move forward to get onto that higher timeline, to anchor it and actually create it in our material reality. I pray to see through illusion and to know the truth. Okay, so this is further emphasizing that whatever is happening for you right now is not necessarily the truth. Like the material plane, whatever your relationships are, whatever your finances are, wherever your career's at, if you are dissatisfied with any level of it, it's praying to see through the illusion, which is like what has been created in front of you as being the material, concrete, this is what you must have, this is what you're having right now sort of reality, and being able to break through it with your inner mind, with your higher self mentoring you as your own guru through the process to see what is the truth. The truth is I want to feel good. The truth is I'm entitled to a good life. The truth is I'm entitled to a great career move or a promotion or increasing finances. The truth is I'm entitled to healthy, beautiful relationships or a relationship for those of you that are single, or an expansion in a relationship if you're already in a partnership. So I pray to see through the illusion and know the truth. And I'm going to ask them for one more. Spirit, give me one more. Or a couple. I pray for a financial breakthrough. All right, I don't know how much louder we need to get. We are going into summer. We are in summer. We are in the harvest season. This is like everything that you've been doing, all the work that you've been putting in spiritually, in your personal development, everything you've been dreaming of and thinking of and saying, how do I create this new life for myself? How do I make or allow my material reality to be a little more comfortable? And sit into the knowing that you're going to be given, they're showing me the transmission. So you're receiving an energetic code and transmission as you watch this now through time and space. That's going to allow you to tap into, through your own higher self connection, what it is that you need for a breakthrough, an expansion, something that would feel maybe miraculous, but it might just come across as a new idea. It might be a new business idea. It might be an idea to change the way that you approach relationships. It might be a way to change the way that you approach self-care. Hi, love. So it's focusing on, when they say financial breakthrough, my guides do mean financial breakthrough. What I'm also reading on this is material manifestation, allowing everything that you've been pouring into the universe, like I would like this, I would like all the different dreams, right? To start to peek through the surface and break through your reality. And the way that you're going to access that is through some level of entitled gratitude that I would say is journaling out to pray to know how lucky that you are so lucky that everything gets to work out for you, that you can ride your highest timelines rather than the lowest timelines, that you don't have to bend, plead, beg, borrow, steal at the, manipulate, control at the practical human level, that actually there are many different waves of energy and waves of timelines. And when our higher self steps in and we're in alignment with our highest self, we can ride the highest level of energy, surf the higher level energy, which is to understand that you are lucky. Like, you don't have to earn your way to good luck. You can just receive the insights, the downloads, the inspiration of what feels good, and allow yourself to be led through inspiration to then begin to create this new higher level reality for you. If you guys haven't, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, watched this, or participate in some way. Start looking up Abraham Hicks. That they're showing me just tapping into your own vortex, allowing yourself to feel good, allowing the good feelings to create the inspiration. And that's going to open up the doors to the higher timelines, your summer timeline, which is really from here to the end of the year. Okay, let me just ground in. Spirit, I want 3 themes for the summer solstice. And then maybe we'll do something separate for the full moon. What 3 themes does the collective most need to know right now for the summer solstice? They're not popping one out yet. They're telling me to, I'm actually just going to channel because they're not popping a card yet. They're telling me first to allow the baggage to fall away. Those are those lower timelines. Capricorn, the theme of Capricorn with this full moon can also be very, how do I explain this? Kind of like forceful, like you must fit into this box at this time. Hi, love. I love that you're all popping in here, dropping comments for me. Yay, I'm happy you're all here. It's about dropping the baggage. So they are showing me very clearly, let's pretend, we're not really pretending, that's kind of the reality that's coming through. There are 3 timelines, okay? There's a lower vibrational timeline, a middle timeline, and a higher timeline. The lower vibrational timeline is going to be your comfortable timeline. It is going to be, and when I say comfortable, I mean in the lower vibrational ways. Like whatever you've got running on autopilot, the relationships that tug on you, that you just kind of give into, any levels of codependency, people pleasing, people demanding your energy, you giving it because you don't know what else to do. And you're like, I just do this every day. I talk to this person. I do this thing. I meet these people, whatever it's going to be. And it's allowing those timelines to fall away. Just drop the baggage. What they're telling me is to pay attention. It's going to come through relationships. To pay attention to how people approach you. And if they approach you with baggage, you don't have to be mean. Just literally drop the baggage. Like whatever baggage is being shown in front of you, whatever demands are being made of you, just say, oh, okay, that's nice. In your mind, though, you're dropping the baggage. You're like, that's baggage. I don't need that. They're bringing my attention to the colors here of the rainbow. It's like tap into your own summer. Tap into literally the sun in the center. Your own celebration, you being the center of your beautiful universe in the best of ways, not in the narcissistic ways, but in the way where you get to set the standards of how your life gets to go spiritually. You know, a lot of us think that spirit is just trying to push and force us into difficult circumstances. It's not always the case. A lot of times spirit is just like, you're running on autopilot, sweetheart. Like you are in the matrix. You are working through what you have manifested, what other people have manifested, and that's what's showing up in your immediate reality. But just because that's the game of the matrix of what is being shown to you in the now moment doesn't mean you have to play that way. You can actually, oh, hi, love. I love all of you so much. You can actually choose to ride a higher wave. If we go through these 3 timelines again, it's like you can choose to say to yourself, my needs are important. Me feeling good is important. And if it doesn't allow me to feel inspired or in delight, I'm either going to simply walk away, drop the baggage with it. You don't need to be mean to people or anything. It's just like in your own mind, your own reference point, you're saying, that's not mine. That's your projection. What's mine is me being the sun, me being all of the colors of the abundance that I've been creating over this year, right? Me tapping into, they're saying my higher states of awareness, but how would we break that down more? What you want without control, without manipulation. Like, you can have what you want, you just continually have to let go of the idea of what that exactly might look like. Like, if you want a relationship with someone, perhaps it's not that person. You know, we're not sure. It's like let go of the attachment and allow the universe to facilitate you receiving what you want, knowing that you're entitled to have the things that you have been manifesting. So drop the baggage. The card that they just flipped out on me with the drop the baggage theme is the Seeker. This is commitment, you guys. So I'm going to show you the card. The light attribute is thirst for wisdom. It's seeking wisdom. The shadow attribute is inability to commit. So what this is stepping forward on your own path, on your own higher timeline. You guys magnetizing your higher timeline. That is your ability to commit to yourself and to commit to what it is that you want, allowing yourself to receive what you want in, how do I explain this? The what you want can very frequently come off as like, I want this, it has to come this way. And it's like, let go of the precise detail of what it is you think that you want and back out a little bit and take the broad point of view of what do I want? I hope that makes sense. I don't know that I want to give you guys concrete examples because I want you to kind of explore that with your own higher self connection. But in the card here, we have someone that is in a desert, okay? So this is the lower timeline. This is where you're dropping the baggage, where in some way in your life, only take this if it resonates, of course. Take what resonates, leave the rest. With anything spiritual I do, these are always just like suggestions that spirit has that then allow you to fine tune and create clarity within your own awareness to anchor into your own ideas of what you feel you deserve, what you feel is possible for you, and what you want to do, and the timelines that you want to live in, the reality that you want to live in. So this person is our spiritual seeker. And oh, a baby. Yes, I'm the baby to Gemma. You guys. Oh my God, actually, yeah, if you're in here, drop down below what it is you're manifesting, what it is that you are telling spirit, like, I'm entitled to this, I receive it in the way that spirit wants to bring it to me in the most perfect and divine way. Surprise me, spirit, surprise me, God. So they're walking through a desert. We also have the presence of this sun. The sun provides spiritual nourishment. The sun provides the light. The sun provides access to your most authentic inner states of confidence and awareness, where you're confident. You're like, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And regardless of what other people think about you, because this person is in a barren territory, they're in a desert. So that's telling me, for you guys, a lot of the relationships around you likely don't believe in your vision. Because it's not their vision. It's not their spiritual vision. They have their own vision. Trust them to do whatever they do. But when you are in a scenario where with spirit, you might not have exactly everything that you want right now around you, like you've got this desert scenario, you are looking forward, creating the vision, and between these two valleys, the vision is going to be your personal sun. So whatever you're the most attracted to, what you've been manifesting, what you've been dreaming about, and if you don't know what that is, get some clarity, sit down and journal. And another activity they're giving me is before you go to bed, communicate to your subconscious mind just a minute or two and say, while I dream, show me my vision of my dreams. Show me the reality that's going to be the most fulfilling for me to access. Help me to fine tune my dream and my vision of what I'm stepping into, what I need to perceive, and now how I need to walk towards it. Some version of that. Like, you could just go to bed and be like, show me the dream. Show me where I'm going. Show me what I need to know about my potential. Show me my highest potential. Show it to me. Okay? And just sit in meditation with it. Just be like, you're going to show, okay, I'm going to dream. My subconscious mind is going to show me my dreams and show me my highest potential. And then when you wake up, journal. I love that you guys are putting these comments in. Yes. There are a few other things going on here. There's a lot of different patterns and fabrics. These are telling me like different textures of reality that you can fold into your dream. Get really specific. What does my higher potential look like? If I were to reach for the sun, the moon, and the stars, what sort of life would I create? And start getting clear about that. You are stepping into summer. These next few months come with a lot of sun, a lot of light, a lot of heat to give you the spiritual fire and the spark to attract what you need and don't know to ask for, and to attract the most ideal circumstances in your life. Now, this person, they're setting off on a journey. You are now beginning a new journey through this season. They have a staff, which is their own ability to connect with and channel their own higher guidance and their higher self. So you're gonna have to get very, very clear on what that higher self, what that inner sun wants, what it looks like. And then part of this barren landscape that they're showing me as well is allowing anything that is not what you want to be released in whatever way that feels right for you. But if it is less than ideal, it's probably not right for you. It might be right for you for the moment as you're navigating to getting to your sun, to getting to your more ideal timeline or higher reality. But you need to just keep in mind, like, hold on loosely with the idea in your mind that if it's not what you want, it's okay to let it go. You can be ideal. You can be an idealist. Your higher self will bring forward more concrete circumstances in a material way to show you that your ideal reality is possible when you are rather unwavering about compromising on what it is that you are creating, what it is that you want, and allowing anything that is really, again, just the words less than ideal are coming forward. If it doesn't feel great, you don't need to sacrifice yourself for it. You don't need to accept anything less than actually what you want. Spirit's not asking you to do that. Spirit's asking you to get very, very clear with your own confidence and your own power to say, you know what, I like that, but this is the adjustment I need. You know, I like that, but it's a little less than ideal. You're gonna get more and more and more clear on your vision. As you get more clear and you add your power into the clarity, which is like, I'm not going to sacrifice. I'm not going to compromise on this. This is what I want. And it's going to come. It's going to be here for me. Spirit is going to back me. Then spirit can actually back you. If your energy is willing to compromise, or willing to make a lot of self-sacrifice in order to get what you want, spirit can't deliver the more ideal circumstances because your energy is leaking, saying, that's what I want, but where I'm at right now is I'm willing to, I don't know, I'll settle, I guess, kind of. And Spirit's saying, don't settle. Like, keep the vision, keep going forward. You're moving through this idea of this barren landscape, and it's to not focus on what's barren. It's just to let it go and keep your idea on the prize. Keep yourself looking towards this vision, knowing that the staff is your higher self, channeling everything that you need to know right now. You have provision with you. Okay, you have everything you need with you right now. You are divinely protected. They have a garment over their head that shows me a crown protection. Your vision is protected. You have everything you need right now. And then keep your third eye, your mind, on the vision that you are creating, which then will allow God, Spirit, the universe to conform and accommodate your needs. Conform to your needs and accommodate your needs, rather than you feeling like you have to chase everything. And, you know, like, if you're in this desert and you're chasing a bunch of things around, you're going to burn out all of your energy. Again, they're bringing this back to relationships. If you feel like you have to manipulate or control people into place, or control how they think about you, or try to control your self-image to them, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to be out of resource, and you're not going to have enough energy to cross the desert. This is where you're at right now. You're crossing a desert. But you have sustenance, resource. Your needs are given to you very openly. You're going to have everything you need when you need it. You are spiritually protected. And you are on a spiritual journey. This is a spiritual journey. Apparently this summer is a spiritual journey. Okay, let me see if I've got anything else before I pull another card. Dropping the baggage is allowing yourself to see through the illusion of what is constant psychic projection. You know, if you've ever been standing in front of someone, or even talking to someone on the phone, or any level of relationship, and they're saying one thing, but you can feel that there's a need. We tend to be able to feel people's needs even when they're unexpressed, or you can feel their judgment on you. Judgment does have we can feel judgment, you know, like, that is what they're saying is the baggage to drop. It's being able to be so centered, which you already are. They're telling me you're already here. This is just the tool you need to be able to navigate quickly. Is like, when you're in conversation with people in any way, shape, or form, it's being able to cut through the illusion and see, oh, they're saying this thing, but they're actually asking for this thing. And that doesn't make you the person that has to deliver that, point it out, say it, or anything. It's more just you being able to catch the ideas before you take them on and make them your own, which is what a lot of people do. You know, we're in a constant state of where people are projecting their needs, values, judgments on us all the time. And that's the baggage. Truly, what's important to you is how you think and feel. What's important to you. And then obviously in any scenario, like, if there's harmony, like, have at it. Like, you know, people can agree all the time, but they're bringing my attention to dropping other people's projections on you, dropping their ideas that they have for you, of you, around you, dropping what they're not asking for because they are not courageous enough to be clear, to let you know with a direct style of communication what it is that they are looking for or what they want. And they're and you know, God knows a lot of people do this, and God bless them all. I can't be available for it anymore, but it's like if you can't, if they're saying through to me, if you, towards the other person, I'm tripping over my words, I'm sorry you guys. If you can't state your needs clearly, it's not my job to be God and to fill those needs for you. Like, tell me what you need. What would you like from this interaction? I'm not going to read in between the lines and then codependently, psychically try to interpret all of that. Those of you that are on this channel are much more intuitive. You're naturally picking up on it. And the thing about being intuitive is that we don't even know that we're trying to meet someone else's needs when it's happening psychically or intuitively, because it's just like we feel the data before they feel it. So when it comes through, it's just a simple like, oh, that's not mine. Oh, that's nice you feel that way. Okay. Like, I'm not going to fix that for you. I'm not going to think in between the lines for you. I'm not going to read it for you and deliver it back to you. I'm just going to allow you to do whatever you do. But the point is, the dropping the baggage is I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to make it my own. I'm not going to psychically intuit it. I'm not going to perceive it and then think about what you actually need and then address that need. I'm just going to say, okay. And I'm going to go back to my drawing board and do whatever it is that I'm doing. Okay, that was theme number 1. Give me a theme number 2, Spirit. We're here for it. They're telling me allow yourself to meet the needs. So I'm going to ask them that. Allow yourself to meet the needs without perceiving them. Oh, it's running on autopilot. And they were saying that in relationship to, they just brought to my attention, I am a grid worker. Many of you are likely grid workers or like grid workers, where you work in locations to help enhance the spiritual energy of the grid so that other light workers in the location can access higher levels of energy. So let me unpack this, because they brought forward the grid working, and then allowing yourself to meet the need, which is a spiritual need. I'll tap into that without having to perceive the need. So with the dropping the baggage element, they're saying stop reading between the lines of everybody else's needs. Instead, focus on your personal sun. This is a sun in the middle here. That's why I keep pointing to it. Focus on your personal sun. Focus on your needs. Focus on your connection to your higher self, your personal alignment to feeling good. As you do that, you will be given insight and inspiration on a next right step, a next right action that feels good. All right. As you take those actions, those inspired steps, those inspired actions, you automatically do 2 things. 1, you meet the need, not someone else's needs per se, but the spiritual need. And spirit moves through all of us in the flow of life in order to meet everyone's needs. But you don't have to know what those needs are or even perceive them intuitively to meet them on the grids that you're working on energetically for the masses of people, or even for anyone you know personally or individually. Those are the needs, and the needs will be automatically met as you accommodate your own inspiration, your own need to feel good. When you are feeling good, you are in a high state of awareness. You're in a high frequency. That frequency allows your arc field to expand in a way that they're showing me like an opaque aura, but it's like it becomes very strong. Your auric field becomes very strong and impenetrable. As it does, as you move through physically, whatever location you're at, whether you're going to the grocery store, whether you're going to a cafe or a restaurant, whether you're just going for a walk, that strength of your auric field automatically meets the spiritual needs of the location and everyone around you in a very silent way that is non-intrusive to you, where you are literally becoming the light worker on the grid that is transforming everything around you in such a positive way, because Everything is vibration. Your vibration is moving at a certain vibratory rate. You're just happy. You're just doing your thing today, right? You're in alignment with your own self, spirit, and source. And that vibration touches all the other vibrations around you and helps get them into alignment and helps them find their bliss and their higher states of awareness and their balance. And it's an automatic process where you are uplifting everyone around you, helping spirit to meet the needs of the people around you by acting on automatic impulse of feeling good. And then whatever comes from that automatic, insightful impulse, like maybe you end up buying somebody a coffee. Like that's not planned, right? Or whatever. Like it's like whatever spirit is moving through in the moment. Maybe you do something that triggers someone to realize something about themselves in the moment that you didn't know you were meeting that need, and all of a sudden they're having a really beautiful spiritual awakening. So their point is to be the change. Like move forward through your daily actions in a way where you feel good and inspired, and trust that that is enough, that you don't need to psychically intuit other people's needs, wants, or desires and try to fill them yourself. That actually is an inherent drain energetically that empaths are known to do, because we're so sensitive. We can tell what the needs are, and then we're trying to fill them, and then we're filling from our cup, but like really we just need to fill our cup continually through our spiritual source, and we will overflow continually, and then we produce a lot of energy. We become generators physically, energetically, as we move through our waking life. And then as generators, we naturally just pass off light in a really positive way that's not we more trigger other people's light to awaken and turn on rather than giving anything away. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's a little esoteric, but that's the download they sent through. So with that, let's pull a card on that theme, you guys. There's a collective most need to know based on that theme that you just sent me, number 2. Oh gosh, theme of the week. I feel like they give me these cards all the time in these readings. Okay, we've got the Destroyer and we've got the Vampire. So everything they just walked us through are vampires. They're emotional vampires. They are people that are not connected to their own source connection, and then they derive power, energy, and value from siphoning off of your connection. They can't do that without your permission, and the first entry to doing that is you trying to meet their needs when they haven't very openly stated them, described them, asked for them, okay? Anything that is currently draining your life force is going to be let go. That's the baggage. You might feel like that puts you in some level of a state of being in a desert with that, the original Seeker card that we got. And these are things you might want to meditate with as well, because they're not sending me as human of examples currently in the way that I always like to channel them. This card literally says chronic complaining and codependency. So if there are a lot of people complaining around you, a lot of people assuming that you're going to meet their needs, being silent or passive about you meeting their needs, their emotional needs specifically, this comes across to me as emotional vampirism. It's people looking you to fill their emotional cup because they're not filling their own. They're not doing things like making art or focusing on things that they enjoy. They're focusing on the things that drain their life force, and then coming to you, and their energy is such a... It's demanding, but their energy is demanding without them even saying anything, because there's such a need. This is what codependency is, right? There's such a need emotionally that you kind of get sucked into the vortex. So that's why this is a very protective call or channel, where Spirit's giving you access to the understanding of the energetics that are going on with the people around you, so that you can just protect yourself and be done with it. Now, the Destroyer, this is the Tower card in the tarot, okay? So we've got the volcano. It's erupting. Anything that's been under the surface, in the shadow, is ready to be let go. I don't even think you have control over what... Okay, I just got the whole download. You don't have control over what's being let go. If you have not released the things that you have needed to release that have been vampiring off of your energy, Spirit Spirit is going to fast eject you off of your lower timeline. Spirit will remove the relationships. Spirit will make it difficult AF to continue to feed codependent relationships because it is no longer on your mission. Your higher self is asking you to step onto your higher timelines, and they're very available for you right now. So if you remember what I said earlier on the call, we have 3 timelines running right now. There's a lot more than that, but constructually, that's what they're saying to me. The lower timeline, you're being shown, hey, consciously let go. Don't intuit other people's needs. It's their responsibility. Unless they're not adults and you have children, then obviously you're taking care of their needs. But if they're adults, like, I used to say to myself all the time when I was working through more codependency issues, I was like, that human is an adult. They can make adult decisions. They don't need me to mother them. I'm good at the mom role, but I don't need to do that for them. Like, that is probably a lot of what you guys need to hear. Those of you that are nurturing, that are sweet, that are loving, like, stop mothering anyone that's not you or your direct children. Oh my gosh, this card literally says destroying other people's dreams or potential in the shadow attributes. I'm not seeing you guys as the ones that are destroying the potential. I'm seeing other people around you, tying back to our first theme, that don't believe in your vision. They don't believe in your vision so much that they're going to try to tie you up emotionally in any way that you can, in any way that they can, to siphon off your energy to fuel, I don't even say their dreams because it's not their dreams, to fuel their codependency, to fuel their unspoken and unmet needs that are not your responsibility. It is Spirit's responsibility to meet their needs. If they're not meeting their own needs and they're not connecting to Spirit, it is not, it's not nice. Like, it's just not your problem. Like, it's up to them to establish their own spiritual connection. Everyone has access to Source. Everyone can have access to their own overflowing cup from their higher self. If they choose to not tap into that overflowing cup of emotional energy, of mental energy, of safety, it's not your responsibility. It's Source's responsibility. What you can do is pray for these people. Pray for them. That's great, right? All right. Spirit. Anything else there before we move to theme number 3? The reflection that these cards are showing you is don't expect other people to meet your needs silently. There is a mirroring going on here. If you have a need, express it. Be direct. Be clear. Don't try to subtly manipulate others behind the scenes to get your needs met or to get the love that you need. Return back to your own internal Source guidance. Fuel your Source connection. Tap into your meditation, your higher self, your self-love, so that your needs can be met by you. Other people will accommodate you. It's like very natural. When you're meeting your own needs, other people meet your needs too. When you are clear about what you need, you become a really positive conduit for everyone around you, because if they can't meet your needs, they'll let you know. It'll become clear and obvious. And if they can meet your needs, then you get your needs met. But the point is, they're almost saying to me, like, stop tying up your energy, literally from your auric field and your emotional energy, and thinking that other people are going to meet your needs when you haven't clearly stated or asked them, and they might not be capable of meeting your needs. And when you're clear and direct and precise, you will find out very quickly whether or not these people are able to meet your needs, and then you can shift gears, meet them yourself, or find another method of having them met with trust and faith that the universe will step in, because to have a need is to have it filled. Just sometimes we get too attached to thinking certain people need to fill certain needs, and then we don't even tell them. And then it gets very confusing, and then that siphons off all of our energy, and it leaves us in a desert, and then we go, why am I not tapping into my higher potential? Like, why don't I have a vision of what I want my life to look like? Some of you, because this keeps coming forward so clearly, some of you might be struggling on your vision. What does my big vision look like? What does my big life look like? This might be a good time to reset a vision board, to sit down with like an hour or 2 hours, listen to a really inviting, fun, high energy playlist on Spotify or something that inspires you, and just start the process. What do I want my life to look like? And it doesn't have to be permanent. You know, like they're telling me very clearly, you don't have to get it right out of the gate. Like if you say, well, I think I want to live in a different country, or I think I want this sort of relationship, or I think maybe this sort of car would be nice. I don't know. It's like thinking through different aspects of your life. It doesn't have to be permanent. You just have to start moving the energy in the direction of a vision. You can always edit the vision board. You can edit the vision based on like next week. You're like, actually, you know, I really thought about it and I don't think I want to live in another country, but I think I might want to take like a 2-week vacation, or I think I might want to travel with a friend, or I think, you know, it'll be edited and adjusted based on your higher self giving you feedback through new desires. They're telling me there is this idea of perfectionism, that some of you are thinking like, if it's on the vision board, it's permanent. That's exactly what I'm going to get. And then some of you are afraid to create a new vision, a new idea or trajectory of your life, because you're like, but I'm going to manifest it. But if I'm staring at it on my wall and I'm thinking about it, it's going to manifest. And then what if I don't like it? And what if I actually want to change my mind? Like, your higher self has taken all of those things into account. Really what you're doing when you create a big vision or you create a vision board is you're looking at your higher self and saying, here's some feedback, here are some things I like. And you're tossing it up to spirit and saying, can you show me what I'd like out of that mix of things? Or maybe even something better? Can you give me more feedback? And I'm gonna be really fine-tuned to listening to my desires so that when that feedback comes, I'll go, oh, I was kind of on the right track. Okay. Maybe I want to write a book, and maybe I put writing a book on my vision board, and then I got freaked out because I'm like, oh my God, do I actually have to do that? Bop, bop, bop. And then you get a download later that it's like, okay, you thought it was writing a book. It's actually starting a YouTube channel. I feel like I'm getting hit over the head. Like that was one of my vision things a couple of years ago. At some point I'll write a book, but it's like, don't be attached to it. Just start moving the vision forward so your higher self can give you the feedback of what you actually want. But your higher self isn't going to know until you start moving some momentum into the new vision. I'm going to say that's probably our theme 3 is really developing your vision. Any other messaging on that, Spirit? Take the high road. They're continually gonna, okay, so there's this pendulum swing happening right now energetically in the collective. Take the high road. You're gonna feel like you look at the vision, you look at something you want, and then you're gonna get pulled back into this reality that you've been living in. You're gonna go, oh, how is that possible? All these things are happening, and then it's gonna be a mess. You're gonna have to drop the baggage again, and then you're gonna swing back again to the higher timeline, swing back again to the idea of, what do I wanna create in my life? How do I want to live? And they're showing me that when you swing back again into your current relationships, your current circumstances, it's not, it doesn't mean any level of dysfunction. This is the natural process of creation. You're gonna keep doing this pendulum swing, and then as you swing back and you release more baggage, let's say the pendulum swing was this wide before, and you were like, whoa, okay, I'm on an emotional roller coaster, right? As you get more clear with your vision, the swing gets shorter. And you drop the baggage. Get clear with your vision, drop the baggage, okay? The swing gets shorter, and then you swing again, and it gets shorter, and you start closing the gap. And this is how you close the gap between where you want to go and where you are now. You continually set your sight on the vision all day, every day, if you can. Just have it in your mind all the time. And then when things come up in your reality that are less than ideal, that require you to settle, you drop the baggage without anything mean, without rejecting, like in a way you're rejecting people or circumstances, but it's not rejection focused, because that's a very ego, like, bad on you, get out of here. That's not what it is. The rejection is really, it's you redefining your standards to spirit and saying, that's not quite what I want. I do expect something a little bit better, something a little bit more ideal. So show me what that might look like. And I'm not going to make this person a demon or a devil for doing what they're doing, because our relationship in whatever way it is, they're just prescribing to the role that I gave them in relationship with me. And if you think about it like this, then these other people around you are not bad. They're just treating you the way that you've taught them to treat you. In order for two people to be in relationship, which every two people coming together is a relationship, okay? Both people have to agree to the roles. So if you're being overdrained and siphoned off of, you've agreed to that. The moment you stop hanging on to what they think about you, their projections, and allowing it to mean anything about you, you start changing these subtle, unspoken agreements of the energy dynamic of the relationship. You allow your role to change. You allow yourself internally. This is really internal as opposed to actually telling people off or anything like that. It's really an internal shift where you say, I'm no longer available to fill that role for you. So if you want to continue this dynamic, we're going to have a shift in our roles. And if you really need that role filled, it's just not me. Like, you're going to have to find a new applicant for your vampirism. like, go out to market, enjoy yourself. I'm glad they're bringing that jest through, because it really is that. They're just roles. If you think about them like you're acting, we think about realities being so serious, but if you put on the lens for a minute from spirit, it's like you're just acting in a role. Do you like the role? No? Then stop playing it, and whatever feels good for you. Most of that is very healthy detachment, where you just let go of the tug of war of the role itself. Hi, you guys. Oh. I get distracted by the comments too. I'm like, hold on, let me tap back in. Changing your role with other people. What do we need to know about that, Spirit? You're allowing your needs to be met. You're allowing yourself to be accommodated, which doesn't mean you have to play into any level of toxic relationship. That is the illusion, and that's the illusion that you're breaking. You don't need to participate in any level of toxicity to receive what you need from source. You just need to, again, they're saying drop the baggage, because it's not about creating a line in the sand, being like, this is it, I've had it, get out of my life. That is you being toxic. Now you just swapped roles, right? What they're saying is just drop it. Allow it to sit. A lot of the people in your lives that have been playing more toxic roles with you, the moment you drop you meeting that role, you being that for them, they're kind of forced to change or to find someone else to fit that role. Regardless, it's still a change. Generally, when you drop the baggage, a lot of the people around you will shift into a new role, because you're no longer going to be the feeder of that need, of that emotional need. You're no longer feeding them. So in order for them to get their needs met, they need to find a new way of doing that. And that is also not your responsibility. But they're telling me to take on the role of the idea of like a parent. Like, these people in your lives, if they were children, they're not your children, okay? Sorry, I hope that didn't skip the stream. They're not your children. Like, Spirit's saying, they're not your responsibility to take care of. It's more just think of them as children, as in, like, if a child came up to you and was like, this is what I want, take me for ice cream right now. Like, if that's not something you're going to do, or if they're being really demanding, you would never give them that credit and then be like, oh my God, I have to take this person for ice cream. I don't think I can do it. This child is demanding me for ice cream. I have to pause everything I'm doing right now. I can't take care of myself. I'm going to have, oh my gosh, yeah, oh, what ice cream do you want? Oh my gosh, I just want to make sure you're okay. Are you okay? And it's like, they're using the example of ice cream and the example of like a 7-year-old on purpose to show you how ridiculous it is when we try to do this with adults. And it does come down to that sort of a dynamic. Someone's like, this is what I need from you, but they're not even describing their needs, and they're trying to take it from you. They're like throwing a temper tantrum saying, I want vanilla ice cream, and it has to be this specific brand, and we have to go get it right now. And you're like, actually, that's none of my responsibility. You're an adult. Your keys are over there. Go get the ice cream yourself. Like, I'm not engaging. Healthy detachment. It's not an attack. It's just a release. Let it go. Let go of the baggage. To let go of the baggage, the next theme is the need to receive. You need to be willing, capable, honest, and allow your needs to be met from source, from spirit, from your guidance, which is opening yourself up to allow and allowing yourself to receive your needs being met. If you're chasing and trying to meet everybody else's needs, you're not open and receptive to your own needs being met. Those needs with your higher self, will be met through a new idea, an inspired insight, a new place to go that you're not sure why, but it kind of just feels good. You should just trust the lead, right? You need to be able to receive the insight from spirit, so then you can receive the knowing of what actions to take, so then you can receive the results of said actions and the momentum that's built up through action, so that you can change your life in the direction that you want. They're telling me the change is actually pretty quick. The moment you guys like really figure out this turnaround, and it's happening at the collective level, and a lot of you are already doing it, it's like realizing you can change your circumstances in like 48 hours, even completely. Because that's how quickly momentum can build when you are following the guidance here. Okay, well, what are you guys trying to say through this card? Hold on. Tap into your inner wisdom. So they gave me the Poet card. I'm just trying to sit with this. The first thing I'm seeing are the two doves, which is the pendulum swing, like away from the vampiric relationships and what you're destroying, and allowing spirit to eject you out of the lower timelines. That's happening so loudly right now. If you're clinging to any lower timelines, spirit's got its finger on that big red button and going, oh, they're not doing it. Eject! And then you're gonna be forced out of the timeline, which is good, by the way. Don't panic about that. That's when people just exit your life in a very strange way. That's rather immediate. And you're like, what did I do? And it's like, it wasn't you. It wasn't that. Like, spirit was like, get out of this dynamic. Enough. So the Poet, these two doves, like when we have that pendulum swing, when you're releasing the other people, you're releasing the lower timeline, you then get all of that momentum swings into the higher timeline. That higher timeline this is some level of partnership. Okay. So for those of you that have been calling in like true love soulmate partners, this is a partnership, okay? That's coming through very clearly. For those of you that already have, you're already paired up or that's not something you're calling in, this is healthy relationship without codependency. This is relationship between, it really is between people, but they're also showing me the relationship of the self to the self and the relationship of yourself to source. But they're showing me the material aspect of this is relationship to other humans and how you get your needs met. And that when you allow the birds, when you don't force people to meet your needs silently, and you don't agree into that codependent relationship, you're releasing out of love. You're no longer attached to someone meeting your needs in the exact precise way that you think they need to be met because you said so. And you allow real love to step in. Friendships, business partnerships, clients, soulmate love, family. Not everyone's going to fit your exact need in the way you want it, but you will be provided with this higher timeline, which is a very, very harmonious, supportive supply of relationships. People that will see your value, people that will amplify you using their own sun because they'll be excited to see your vision, because you're not holding them into a lower vibrational pattern. When you release people out of the lower timelines, and they're showing me these could be the same people that, it depends, okay? I can't anchor it all, it's a collective reading, but it could, in theory, be the same people that were somehow ejected out of this lower timeline, that they come back from a different place because you're no longer in a codependent vampiric relationship with them. Or even like, for example, people in your family perhaps that were more disagreeable, or people around you that were more disagreeable. When you stop playing that role that keeps them and you disagreeable, you then open it up where those people actually can enter a really supportive role for you, and you change the roles. It's like a changing of the guard. It can be releasing relationships, but it also can be just the relationships you have, the contracts being renegotiated at the spiritual level. It's really agreements. The agreements being renegotiated where you say, we're not going to act that way anymore. Like, we're acting differently. And because you were willing to release, spirit rearranges everything and makes it very easy for the co-collaborative harmony of you to fly together, of you to support each other, of you to build each other up. And those are the most magnificent and most magnetizing relationships are those where you're building each other up. Like you're believing in each other's vision. You're helping each other get where you want to go without draining yourselves independently. There are a few things going on here. I don't know how literal this is. I am hearing songwriter. So for those of you that are songwriters, I'm hearing write music, but I'll try to ask them to what capacity. I don't resonate with poetry, but those of you that do resonate with poetry, like start writing. Maybe that's what it comes down to too. Start writing from the deeper places of your heart space, not from pain, not from codependency. I do. Okay, great. I was like, gosh, they're sending songwriter through. Not from the places of pain or codependency or like that emotional pull when things are really difficult. Not writing from that place, not singing from that place, but creating from the harmony, creating from the ideal, creating from, oh God, how do I explain this? It feels so soft and squishy and like true, creating from true love, I guess I would say. For those of you that resonates with, I kind of group a lot of things into the true love category. Anything that's real love is true love for me. But it's like from the place of like people loving you, from the place of like, oh, okay, they're changing your focus. So it's writing or creating songs or poetry, art. I've been doing a lot of painting, you guys, same thing. From the place of, wow, my needs are met. Wow, like everything's working out for me. Wow, people are really incredible. Wow, I can't believe what's coming through is like, I can't believe love at first sight is real. Like, and painting from there, singing from there, writing from there. Like, it's the pendulum swing, going back to the high timeline, the higher level of engagement, which is like, how good can life get? And can I allow myself to receive accolades and be seen for talking about love, for communicating love without condition, without codependency, without emotional angst, without heartbreak. Instead of heartbreak, it's like there are hearts on this card. It's not even a mending. We'll go through the steps, okay? So they're saying not from heartbreak and not even from heart mending, because the mending implies a break. It's creating from the stream of consciousness, from the place that is the most sacred, pure part of the heart before anything was broken, before there was a need to fix anything, before anything was damaged. Because the truth is, you're not really damaged. You're not really broken. There is just a remembrance of who you were before the damage happened. How did you love before your heart got broken? And any level of relationship and these silent, unspoken needs that we're all trying to leverage with each other, we do because of heartbreak. We do because we assume our needs won't be met. We do because someone taught us that our love wasn't enough. We do because we thought our purity wasn't enough. The purity of the higher self, the purity of the sacred heart. He's also got an emerald ring on his middle finger. This is very loving. You guys are pulling in some serious soulmate love, okay? Emerald is the stone of true love. Love for the self as well as love in relationship. It's the sacred heart space. This poet image has floral patterns on his clothes. He's got curly hair, and the curly hair is it's like the bounce, like the zest for life. It's allowing yourself to be authentic There's so much pink going on here. There's so many, you guys are, I can feel the activations coming, and you're like receiving higher heart activations. Stepping out of the wounded heart and stepping into the sacred heart and creating from the sacred heart. Now, those of you that are in any level of artistry category or just enjoy making art in any way, shape, or form, poetry, songwriting, painting, I don't know, give me some more examples. Clay, like anything, jewelry making, you know, it's like, they're showing me, let me think of how I could break this down, because I could feel the energy codes. If you don't know what your vision looks like, your sun, where you're moving forward for your highest timeline from your higher self, if you can't intellectualize it, here's the catch. You don't have to. You just have to create from that space from your heart. So if you want to create a highest timeline and anchor it into your reality, clay, amazing. And you don't know what your vision looks like yet, all you have to do is set the intention to connect to your sacred heart space. Your higher self will communicate through your sacred heart. It would be good, they're telling me, just to say, I am in love. I am in true love. I am in the space of love. Now, what do I create from that space? And you don't have to be mentally clear. You just have to create from that space. And whatever you create is an emotional attachment to a high vibrational timeline. And then whatever that is, whether it's a song, whether it's a piece of art, you now have with you that is the culmination of insight, higher guidance, action, and momentum encapsulated into something you made, which may as well be the end result manifestation. It really doesn't matter whether it's a song, whether it's a painting, or whether it's $100,000 in your bank, like, or a new home, or a new car, or a new whatever. It's all the same, because it's the microcosm of the greater aspect of your manifestation. And the microcosm is being able to tap into your sacred heart space and express that love, express that true love from your heart. You don't even have to be that conscious about it. Like, this is exactly what you don't have to know. You just have to know that that's what you're doing, and then allow spirit to move through you. This goes back to our first theme, what they said in the first theme. Allow spirit to move through you automatically, where your hands are just creating. Like, you're just doing what your heart, what your higher self wants you to do without thinking. And what that does is it anchors your highest vibrational timeline. And you can skip even that middle road. And the more that you do this, the more you will anchor in that higher vibrational timeline. So they're telling me, I think I fall into this category too. I have trouble visualizing and stuff sometimes as well. And they're saying, if you're a songwriter, write these songs every week. Write new songs every week. Write them every day. Painting, like, my guides have had me painting almost every day. Like, I can't be going a day without it, because that's how my vision is getting anchored. Even though I don't know exactly what the vision looks like, it's being created out of my heart. So it's about making a daily or a weekly practice of coming back to this vision. But this vision may not look like a normal vision mentally. It's likely going to look like art for most of you, for this to come through in this channel in this way. So make the art knowing that the art is allowing you to attune to your own sacred heart frequency, and as the act of creation, even in that moment, is to create everything else you want. The universe is black and white in this way. If you're creating something you love, you are creating something you love. The more frequently you create something you love, not from pain, not from heartbreak, not from angst, okay? That's transmutation in a different way. That's like tempering your heartbreak. Again, there's the broken heart, the mended heart, and the pure heart. If you create from the broken heart, sometimes we need to do that because we need to heal it. you know, but it's from a very different vibrational frequency. It's from a lower timeline. If you create from the mended heart, sometimes you need to do that as well, like no shade to any of this. But again, it's a different timeline. It's a middle timeline. But if you can create from the sacred heart, from the pure heart, before it was broken, remembering who you are before your heart was ever damaged, because truly it's not damaged, but you just have to reach deeper into your heart. When you create from that space, everything else will reflect that momentum, that act of creation, that manifestation that you're claiming into your life right now by making the art. And the more frequently you do that, daily, weekly, the universe will then have no choice but in the mathematics of the mechanics of how the universe works, but to reflect manifestations that bring you back into that same state that you've anchored of true love, of acceptance, of like, wow, my life is so good. How did this even work out? These doves are just flying together. Like, this is miraculous. Like, this is so fun. Like, do I even deserve this? This is, of course you do. You've been anchoring and creating it, but it's like, wow, how crazy. This all just lined up because I was just focused on my sacred heart and didn't make my mind like make anything make sense about it. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else you want to communicate here? Make art from the sacred heart. It's not about healing the broken heart. Yes, you can do that, but it's actually more, it's more powerful to create from the sacred heart. You don't have to worry about fixing anything. Spirit will fix it for you. That's meeting your own needs. Most of the emotional vampiric needs, the codependent needs that we have with relationships around us are because we're trying to fix something that's already broken. And to do so is to place emphasis on the break. It is to look at what's wrong. And you can't create solutions from the same mind of the thinking that has problems. You have to get out of the problem, which is to remember your sacred heart, to remember your wholeness, to remember your source connection, to remember what it is to create and be in that childlike state of wonder of creation. Creating art from the sacred heart. Remembering that you need to receive. After you create from the sacred heart, open yourself up to receive. You're receiving through the act of creation. And then once you create something, expect to see like cool little results. It might be somebody's feedback, like, oh, I really like your art. Oh, I really like that song. Oh my God, I love that poetry. Oh my God, that ceramic piece you made is like really cute. Like, can I come with you next time? Like, it will start to create a new level of feedback and positive momentum, which is the emotional energy you're looking for from people. That's actually love, but you didn't know how to get it before. And this is how you get those needs met. Spirit, doing spirit things. This is the communication card. Just literally what we were talking about. It has to do with communicating your needs, speaking those needs clearly, being direct, not allowing them to be silent behind the scenes and expecting people to read your mind and your heart. Also meeting your own needs, also communicating clearly with the divine. Communicating with the divine literally can be making art. That is a meditation. Instead of sitting and actually meditating, which probably all of you guys love to do. I do. Meditation is just single-minded focus. You can do meditation through any level of creation. Even washing your dishes. As long as you are just in single-minded focus, like you're just in your body, you're in the state of being, just on autopilot where spirit has taken your body over. Okay, the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart. Spirit! Oh my gosh. Running all the communication, both incoming and outgoing, through your heart. I would say through the sacred heart. The center of our truth to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. You are learning temperance. You are learning how to balance your relationships. Now they're showing me, because of the temperance idea or temperance card in tarot, that pendulum is also like, if you guys have seen the temperance card, is it water that's, well, it depends on the deck, but like, it's like passing elements in between each other to alchemize them to then create balance. It's a really gentle alchemical process that takes time. And that's kind of how the heart works. So be clear about your communication, run all of your communication through your heart. If it feels codependent, it is codependent. And if it is codependent, drop the baggage, reattune back to your sacred heart and say, how can I meet my needs right now? How can source meet my needs right now? And that very much could be journaling every day for 30 minutes. Like, I'm meeting my needs through journaling. My emotional needs are being met through me and source through stream of conscious journaling. Making art every day, singing songs every day, writing music every day. They are showing me a very active daily practice, 30 minutes to an hour a day. Maybe a combination of the things so that you can meet your own spiritual emotional needs so that you're not demanding and participating and engaging in the roles of codependent relationships. All right, you guys. That's the download for the solstice and the full moon. I'm excited for that because it's a big release. You know, with that release, with that sacred heart, there's a lot of joy. As you tap into the art, you're going to tap into your higher self through your child, through your inner child and the unmet emotional needs that become met in the ways that I've spoken about through this channel. And that all creates a lot of joy, which is a very, very, very magnetic frequency. You will become very attractive in all ways. The opportunities you need will come, the people, like the right calls at the right times, you know, everything will just line up really perfectly from that place. So I'm very excited for you guys. Thank you for joining me on this channel, on this live stream. I have so much love for you guys. If you love this video, go hit that like button. All right, leave me a comment below. I want to read them and see what's going on for you all. Feel free to comment what it is that you are anchoring into your vision, anything that you care to share, want to share, that we can all just add some good juju into here to support all of you, just to be seen and heard for your higher aspects, for your higher self, what it is that you're looking to create in this world. Those of you that make art, that want to share it, or have websites or channels or anything like that, drop those in the comments and we will all come and support you. And everyone that's watching this, like, later, after the live stream, go through and see what people are up to and amp them up. Help them in whatever way you feel called, whether it's liking the comments, whether it's commenting on them. You know, it's remembering that in community, like, when we're helping other people get where they want to go, like helping them see their higher, not just see their higher potential, helping anchor the potential they already see in themselves, helping build them up. We get built up in the process as well, and then we're all helping each other get where we want to go without manipulation. It's literally just pure sacred heart love, unconditional love, seeing people for who they want to be, who they are on their way to becoming. That's the love. Alrighty, you guys. I'm going to pop into the comments after the stream ends a little bit later because I just want to end this for those that watch it later. But I love all of you so much. Thank you for all of your comments. I adore all of you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you guys. I'm so happy you are here with me. You guys are making art. I'm so excited. Yes, 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 yes. All the art, all the songs, all the things. Oh my gosh. And all the babies. All the creations. Okay, beautiful. So much love, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.